Jurassic World Dominion. I wasn't expecting much from this movie and it's still under-delivered. Let's talk about what. A few weeks ago I named Jurassic World Fallen Kingdom as a contender for the worst movie ever. The movie was so bad my expectations for Jurassic World Dominion were minuscule. I wasn't expecting much at all. Now, before we jump further into the review, I just want to remind everybody out there that our goal for this channel, Karl's Movie Film Show, is to hit 1,000 subscribers by the end of the year. We've gone over the 500 mark, we're close to the 600 mark, and maybe, just maybe by the end of the year, we could hit that 1,000 mark. But I can only reach that goal with your help, so I'd greatly appreciate if you jump below this video, hit that subscribe button if you haven't done it already, maybe even the notification bell as well, so you never miss an upload. And with that being said, let's jump back into the review. I wasn't expecting a whole lot. I did go to the cinema thinking, I haven't seen a Jurassic Park movie in the movie theater for a long time. I didn't go see Jurassic World or Fallen Kingdom in the movie theater. I did try to go see Jurassic Park 3, but instead to put on Recess the movie. That's a whole other story. In one aspect, I was looking forward to go and see Jurassic World, and there was a lot of people at the movie theater. My local cinema doesn't have a lot of screenings of every movie that comes out, but for Jurassic World, they had 10 different screenings yesterday. Every single one of them was more or less sold out. Before we get into the bad, let's talk about the good, because the movie did have some good points. Some of the practical effects in it I felt were pretty damn good. Some of the close-up dinosaurs, some of the smaller dinosaurs, the dinosaurs people were interacting with, they look really good. On the other hand, some of the CGI ones look really bad. Supposed to be talking about the good stuff. For the first 30 minutes, maybe even in the first hour, I can't really tell because the movie was just sort of all over the place with the pacing and the whole length of it. But for the first while in the movie, I felt the sound design was really good. There's a lot to play to in a Jurassic Park movie. You've got all the different dinosaurs and now bugs as well. And it creates a landscape or a soundscape that is quite audibly interesting. And the movie does have some very good visuals, some very interesting visuals. And on top of that, they feature every dinosaur ever created and even some that weren't created. Because, you know, they make up some dinosaurs in the series. Was it the Giganotosaurus? So that's a quick rundown of the good points. Let's get into the bad, because this movie has a lot of bad. I mentioned in my first impressions video yesterday, which I recorded as soon as I got home from the cinema, that this movie was written by a child. It felt like it was written by a child. It sounded like it was written by a child. Some of the dialogue throughout the movie is horrendous. You wouldn't even get it in a Saturday morning cartoon. Do they still make Saturday morning cartoons? I don't know. I don't really watch them because, you know, as much as I'd like to, I don't really get the opportunity to anymore. Growing up sucks. There's more than likely going to be spoilers in this video because I have to kind of spoil things to talk about the thing. So if you still want to go see Jurassic World Dominion, I'd recommend saving your money. But if you want to go see it, come back, check out the video, and then tell me what you thought. Even the main bad guy in the movie is like a cartoon villain from a Saturday morning cartoon. His plan is to destroy the world's food supply and then take over the world's food supply. Effectively, take over the world.
Same thing we do every night, Pinky. Try to take over the world.
So generic, it's so cheap, it's so cheesy. It was just bad. Why not just focus on the dinosaurs? Why have locusts destroy crops and that be your main thing? Like, you've got a T-Rex, play to the T-Rex. There's a big T-Rex trying to kill people. How do we stop him? There's your move. And even at the end of Fallen Kingdom, they released all the dinosaurs, although they didn't need to, as I mentioned. So a load of dinosaurs get released. Now, not every dinosaur ever was released at that time, but apparently they did somehow. But I really thought they were going to play up more of the dinosaurs in the real world. Like, we'd see a T-Rex walking out Times Square. We'd see a pterodactyl fly over Wembley Stadium. We'd see some giant birds attacking the Eiffel Tower. And it's kind of like, how do we stop all these dinosaurs attacking all over the world? That type of thing. But instead, they just do a little dialogue and start going, most of the big predators were contained. It wasn't a big deal. Okay, thanks for spoiling that. Let's focus on locusts killing crops. That's going to be far more exciting. Now, they were giant locusts, sure. And, you know, that's exciting, I guess, to some people. It was just a really stupid main storyline. You got the whole thing with Maisie and she's kidnapped because people want to steal her because she's valuable. Why did they want to steal her initially? They never really explained. But ultimately, the guy who created the dinosaurs in the first two of the Jurassic World movies has now created the locusts and feels remorseful, and he needs Maisie's DNA to fix the locusts. So Biosin, the same company that created the locusts and the seeds that the locusts don't destroy, they also are trying to get Maisie because the scientist feels bad, I guess. And even the whole thing at the start where they're like, Biosin HQ up in these mountains in this sanctuary where no one can get near the dinosaurs, kind of kills out the point of the dinosaurs being let loose in the wild again. You know, they're all contained in this little, what do you call it? What would you call the area where there's only dinosaurs in? Some type of park. Some sort of Jurassic Park. So they're flying into this thing, but luckily they have a defense system which stops pterodactyls and flying dinosaurs attacking ships because science. They don't explain how it works. They're just like, let's turn off that system. Oh, okay. And then they split it up where the old crew, the initial cast of the Jurassic Park movies, Jurassic Park cast we'll call them, Jurassic Park cast have the whole locust storyline, and the Jurassic World people have the Maisie storyline where they're trying to get Maisie back. And ultimately, the two collide when Maisie meets up with the Jurassic Park people, and then the Jurassic World people and the Jurassic Park people come together, and Chris Pratt and Sam Neill are both the lead men in one scene. They both say the same thing in unison because, funny. So many of the jokes within the movie didn't hit. So much of the dialogue was awful. There was a woman in white, I think her name was Santos, or maybe that was the group she was involved with. They referred to her as a woman in white many times. She so much reminded me of like the side villain in a cartoon again. It always comes back to these cartoons. Her dialogue was so over the top. The way she directed people, the way she had these goons and told them what to do. It was just so Saturday morning cartoon. She reminded me of like Rita Repulsa in Power Rangers. Or Goldar, it would be a better example because he was the kind of henchman villain person. There's even a scene with Laura Dern and Sam Neill where they're touring the Biosin facility because Dr. Malcolm works there and he gets them an invite. They're touring the facility and there's a guy showing them around, and then he says to them, you know what, you've got some spare time, why don't you tour the facility yourself? Use those elevators over there. Don't use those elevators over there. They go to the secret areas that you're not allowed in. Don't go to them. At that point, you're like, well, that guy's either clearly working for them, you know, helping them, or that was the stupidest writing ever. He was working for them, but they made it very obvious. So when the moment comes where he reveals himself to them that I'm on your side, we're like, yeah, obviously, you know, you told them not to use the secret elevators. The ones that they wouldn't have known about if you didn't point them out. That's the level of writing in the movie. And you're probably saying, yeah, but the level of writing in this movie doesn't need to be good. This movie needs to be dinosaurs, dinosaurs, dinosaurs. Yeah, it does. And this movie, in fairness to it, it had dinosaurs upon dinosaurs upon dinosaurs. Almost every single dinosaur gets a cameo in this movie. But that's the thing, in this Jurassic World movie, the dinosaurs get the cameos in the movie. This isn't a movie about dinosaurs. This is a movie about two people trying to get their kid back, other people trying to stop a famine, and then there just happens to be dinosaurs around. It's just so much wasted potential. And I think overall, the whole Jurassic World series is just that. It's wasted potential. It had so much potential. They wasted it. Good writing by me there. I'm not writing any of this, I'm just saying it off the top of my head, but still. But you get my point. Like the first one, Jurassic World, was okay. It was fine. Nothing special, nothing awful. It was fine. Jurassic World Fallen Kingdom, absolutely horrendous. Jurassic World Dominion, I don't even know how to describe it really. I watched it just last night. People walked out of the cinema multiple times. A load of the jokes, if not all of the jokes, didn't hit. I didn't hear anybody laugh. And this was a theater packed with children as well. There was children, there was adults, there was people wearing Jurassic Park t-shirts. And there was very few laughs. There was very few laugh out loud laughs. Now maybe that was just the cinema I was in. Maybe there were a bunch of dry shites. Who knows? But as well, when I was leaving, I heard a lot of people complaining about the movie, moaning and groaning about it, going, oh, it was so long. The movie's 2.5 hours long, and there's no need for it to be. And personally, I felt that the pacing was okay. There's so much happens in the movie. It's bang, 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 to literally to the point where there's too much happening at certain times. The action at the start of the movie Especially in that first hour, there's some fight scenes and some chase scenes and all this high octane action, but the editing is fucking horrendous. I understand the point of having shaky cam at times. I understand the reason for having fast edits to up the pace and up the action. But there comes a point where you edit too quickly and your edits are too fast. And when you edit too fast, people can't keep up with the action. It becomes nauseating to watch. It becomes hard to follow and your action just becomes incoherent. And that's what you get with a lot of the fight scenes and action scenes right at the start of this movie. We've also got the whole thing to introduce the Fallen Kingdom with the laser. And now maybe there's some scientists behind this and I'm just not a smart enough scientist. I'm not a scientist at all. You might be shocked to find out. They have the whole thing where they point a laser at someone and then the dinosaur gets the scent and locks onto that scent until it kills it. How does that work? They got smelly lasers? Is that a thing? Maybe some scientists out there could tell me, smelly lasers a thing? They point them at someone and then the dinosaur, it just seemed very stupid. Overall, it just felt like a wasted trip to the cinema. So when it comes down to a rating out of 10 for Jurassic World Dominion, I'd give it a 3 out of 10. If you like enjoyable movies, it's definitely one to skip.